viewers, we can see here in this mundane, random little moment just how much we will do to avoid being challenged.
Don't challenge me because I'm too sexy.
What
does that mean?
Yeah, is that supposed to be Shoe? Is that someone?
Well, I mean, that's a dude. But is he attributing that to you? That's a
don't challenge
I
me,
don't know.
please. I'm too
That's
sexy.
me. That's me with no wig and no makeup. That's what I look like.
No.
Contacts fall out.
That's the clown without
That's
it.
the clown, yes.
That's the clown, yes.
Just how much we will do to avoid being challenged. How correct and virtuous we can look while doing
with being challenged.
No, you're not.
When it's like it's a good challenge, it's not just shut the fuck up, you're Nazi.
In fairness.
Okay.
In fairness, maybe the clown in your head is a Nazi. Okay.
That's true. Yeah.
We don't know.
Exactly.
I want to make edgy clown
and how
jokes.
fast we will find ourselves defaulting to this position. We want to be pure, follow our intuitions, believe that we are fundamentally good. And so, the people who might disrupt our ability to do that must be impure, must be wrong.
This, I mean, feels like a bit of a jump. I don't know.
Well, I mean, this is true of everyone that's so vague. Like, okay.
But this
like,
is not remotely
sure,
Shoe. Shoe's like coming on a show with people she disagrees with and open to doing that. Joel's the one running from doing that. I don't like this is Joel. Joel is describing himself here, not Shoe.
If you change this semantically to anyone who disagrees with the positions we hold that we have because of our values, we see them as incorrect and we would like to challenge it back. It's like, that's fair. But going as far as saying you put out an opinion, someone disagrees, you see them as impure. It's like, all right.
Yeah. Terrible.
Calm down.
Never thought that.
No, most people don't. Impure. Like, all right. Because wrong was fine.
Well, I think people react this way emotionally. I don't think they think this consciously. I think people react this way emotionally, generally, but you can't ascribe that to every individual reaction.
Well, and it depends upon the
happening.
topic. Like,
sure, and you can't ascribe this to be the
different
motivation,
topics, obviously.
right? Because I mean, I've had this exact same Twitter reaction too, where I see something, I fire off some tweet, and then it's like a dismissive tweet, and then people like come up with all sorts of theories about Sitch. Why did you tweet this out? I'm like, I just thought it was funny, or I just thought this was stupid. Like, you guys are reading into this way too much.
I disagree with you guys all the time, and I've never called you guys impure. You know, so it just shows my character.
You're all impure. None of you are free of sin.
None of you are clean.
I just like the evil bunny being the one that's like, you're impure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Help me, bunny. How do I become pure?
Help me be pure, rabbit. There's one way to
You
be
just
pure,
want to be pure.
but you're not gonna like it. It involves consent. No, buddy, no.
Sign this form, Sitch.
Oh my god.
You shall become pure.
Sign it with your blood.
Wrong. This is how a question becomes a contaminant, how critical thinking becomes a disease.
Here's a question. If there was some weird animal that reproduced via getting eaten by another animal and like shit out or something, so the animal basically evolved to gain pleasure from being eaten, would eating that animal suddenly become a moral action?
That is very interesting. I've not thought about it. Because I suppose our big contention with eating an animal is ending its life, right?
Right.
But even to a degree, if we were chopping parts off and keeping it alive, it would still be the pain it causes.
What if it gets off on me?
This is from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh no!
Well, I was thinking because there's the thing in Hitchhiker's Guide where there's the cow that they bring out the cow to the table and the cow like desperately wants to be eaten by them. But you could still say that that's immoral because they've genetically engineered the cow to be like that in the first place.
Yeah.
But what if nature had designed some animal that enjoys being eaten?
Well, you've just made the naturalistic fallacy. Don't you know, Hugh? Because you said nature manufactured it.
I understand it, but
just because it's nature doesn't mean it's wrong.
Well, but that's an interesting point, because that means nestled within Joel's argument is the naturalistic fallacy, because it's based around what is harm and what is harmful. And that's based on,
I assume we're relatively okay with the idea of euthanasia as well, right? Like, there are times when we should end lives.
Yeah.
And it would be moral. So,
more moral. Yeah.
Yeah.
To end suffering, obviously, is the time when most people
Don't
And
like
also
people
if
have to
it's
go to?
consent.
Is it like Sweden or something to do that? Because it's like not legal in many places.
Yeah, some do.
It's not. I don't think it's legal in the U.S. at all.
Come on, let's
Yeah.
get
I'm
back
not
to
100%
Joel's
sure.
contaminant here. I'm
He
curious where this is
stepped on the
going.
Nickelodeon logo.
Yes.
Disease that needs to be stamped out because in a lot of
He's talking about
Oh no.
he's
Go back
talking
to
must
about
be
how Shu did this horrible thing, this totally impure, immoral act, and how it needs to be stomped out, and then accusing her of doing all that. It's so
gonna go on a
rich.
fucking degenerate genocide now. Get
It's so
you're
rich.
impure. You
Horse
must be
fuckers get the
stamped
wall.
out.
Is that what
Horse
Dude,
fuckers.
Well, I
Shu,
just-
if you have the rabbit teamed up with the clown, I think it's over.
Uh-oh.
Like
Oh, it's
that's-
over.
Super villain duo there.
It's over.
In the realms of like who is trying to modify people's personal behavior, who is doing that harder here? Big Joel in this video or Shu ever?
There you go.
I'm telling you.
Your entire life. It's like,
I'm telling you, is Shu trying to modify people's behavior as hard and fucking viciously as, well, I guess not viciously, but he's totally trying to modify Shu's behavior. He's saying what she did is completely immoral, basically.
I don't know. I don't want to do the same thing he's doing with me where it's like, that's what he's doing. I don't think that's what he's doing. I think he's just being a video essay guy and
Maybe.
going
just
deep
content.
into
yeah, because
going too deep into
Look at
the-
Shu's taking the high road here.
I know.
I don't want to engage in the improper mind reading that
Yeah,
Joel
yeah,
has
like-
done upon me.
hey,
Yeah.
I do think she's making a point of like they do. I've seen so many video essays at this point. Like they have to make a grand point, so he has to
Yeah.
draw something, right? But at the
going-
same time,
Making the point though is far different than trying to modify people's behavior through shame. And he did specifically use the word shame and say, no, it's this is far stronger than shaming. Did he not?
yeah, because I agree with you a bit there, because like this is quite critical of Shu's character. Again, I don't know why he wouldn't have passed this by you before releasing it. Just been like, hey, is it this particular part where I talk about how you believe people are impure? Are you okay with that? Like, and that's the thing. You could have been like, oh, maybe don't word it that way. And then he's like, oh, you know what? Yeah, actually, maybe because it's just basic communication, right?
Yeah,
You're
but
"Oh, I
again,
didn't
like
mean-"
back when I would when I've never made a video of somebody I was like acquaintances with.
Right.
Yeah, and I was gonna say you don't have to. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I feel like
no.
to Joel, it's like surely it'd be beneficial to him and beneficial to the relationship as well, just to be like, hey, you know,
Just want to make sure I'm not straw manning you here. I just want to make sure I got your argument correct.
I don't think I'm owed that because like we're not friends again. So like
Right.
Sure. Well,
yeah.
no one's really owed anything, right?
Yeah.
like I said, you
Would've
don't
been nice.
have to ever, but
Yeah.
it's
Mhm.
nice.
I'm not on the communication side necessarily. I understand the argument that you're making, Mahler. I just like categorically someone here is trying to shape people's behavior, and I feel like it's Big Joel. I honestly do. I feel like
Could one argue that
100%.
by showing, I don't know, conflict to it, that we're doing the same thing?
we're trying to shape people's behavior? What
I
are
don't
we
know,
trying
just-
to shape people's behavior into? I'm
Well, by-
not trying to
Not being assholes to people.
I was gonna say if you
we might be
condemn-
inadvertently shaping people's behavior, but I think that Big Joel
Mhm.
would say that does more harm. Big Joel would say, you guys are inadvertently shaping people's behavior, even though you're not trying to in a bad way. I think Big Joel would definitely make that argument.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I mean,
So,
what if
but you
what
could
if Joel-
argue, inadvertent harm, but I don't necessarily see the harm. Joel sees the harm as like, this is the alt-right pipeline here, and this is part of like demoralizing the left and giving the right more power. Don't you think that's a part of the context here?
Well, he said it was.
Yeah, I thought so.
Well, no, he didn't say it as explicitly, but that was. He said part of it was painting this broad brush of the left
Yeah.
in this discourse. Yeah, but that's the only reason why he did this video. That's the only reason he cares. But
Exactly. Yes.
I mean, I think Joel dropped the ball. I think he should have titled this video "Why Shu is Unironically Evil." But that's just me.
wrong. This is how a question becomes a contaminant, how critical thinking becomes...
Oh, did you see? CT made
I
a.
just want to hear what he says at the
I
end
know.
of
I'm so
critical.
sorry. I'm so sorry. CT
so
made a.
bad.
CT made
Welcome
a
to
picture.
EFAP.
CT made a picture, Adam, that
Uh,
I think we should show it. You'll be the last judge on whether we should actually show this picture or not.
is it the horse fucking one?
Yeah, it's the horse fucking picture.
What I'm gonna pass it off. I'll give it to Mahler. Mahler, should we show?
Where are you sending me it?
Should we show the? Well, no, you already know this picture involves horse fucking.
Well, yes, but that could mean lots of things. I don't know.
You think the
Here,
picture?
I'll show it to you on Discord. You tell us, will we get in trouble for? I mean, not Discord, on Twitter. Yeah, will we get in trouble for this?
I feel
picture?
like we have to show this picture. This
picture's amazing. This picture is beautiful. Okay.
Okay.
It has to be shown.
I'm just gonna bring it up. It's too hilarious
Okay.
not to show.
This is a comedy show, Adam.
Oh my God.
Wrong.
Family-friendly comedy
This is
show.
a family-friendly comedy show.
Oh, it's not after I show this picture. That's for sure.
Critters Buggin for 28 Canadian says, thank you, Critters. Says, fun fact, the guy who died in the Mr. Hands video was an employee of JPL. Who's JPL?
I don't know.
Jordan P. Leeterson.
And didn't seek help out of fear he would lose his security clearances. Clearly, it was a two-man job. Bone that size needed a wrangler. Rip.
Oh.
There's the picture, guys.
Can we substitute this into Big Joel's video and make it seem like it was in there?
Did Big Joel make this picture?
Oh my God.
No. No.
Look, she's.
Oh no.
She was actually saying the line now.
No.
Look at her. She's been stunned.
Do I need to tell?
terrible.
Do I really need a good argument to why this
Oh
is
my
wrong?
gosh.
People.
Really? Really? Do I need to argue
Wow.
this point? Look at this picture. Look at this picture.
Dude, the clown is dead inside the head at this point.
Ugh.
There's nothing.
Am I going to get to hear what
Amazing.
he says at the end of this line?
Yes,
Is
you will.
this
Yes.
gonna
Thank you,
Are
CT,
we
for
actually-
making this horrible picture.
Thank you for making a horrible picture.
Anyway, you can take it off the screen now. If you,
It's off. We're ready to go.
okay.
How a question becomes a contaminant.
A contaminant.
How critical thinking becomes a disease that needs to be stamped out. Because in a lot of...
Stu, why are you trying to stamp out critical thinking?
Mm.
What do you have against critical thinking?
I'm a demagogue. I'm just
I was gonna say, like,
fucking
we
no
just
smart
met you,
people.
but like,
Smart
damn.
people to the gulag.
This is
Critical
the populist shoe.
thinking bad.
We must
It is-
eliminate the elite
Yeah,
smarties.
it,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
Anti-technocrat.
Right.
No smart
no
people.
critical thinking here.
Idiots rise up. We've had enough.
Idiocracy was supposed to be a warning, not a lesson.
Yeah.
You
Lot
can't
of
trust those
cases-
college-educated elites talking about
Exactly.
why you can't fuck horses. I know why you can't fuck horses. Because they're gross.
Unironically, yes. Exactly.
It's
You don't need a
technically
fucking
better.
degree to be like, hey, fucking animals is bad. Exactly.
It is
Moral-
genuinely
Hot takes.
easier to perform incredulity, to invent some harm, to produce a political other, than to just think about something for a while.
Well, you're saying
okay.
perform incredulity. That's not fair. You were just
Wait.
genuinely increduled. by this.
He's like invent a political. Yes, that was the joke. It's a straw man of the whole discourse. It was a. Oh my gosh.
Also, can we just the visual of just to think about something for a while? It's this sunny, beautiful day with the birds flying and this happy, wholesome man on a hilltop thinking, "Fucking animals."
Just thinking.
Why is he on his knees? I'm curious about this guy. It looks suspicious to me.
Praying.
There you go. His little
He's
thought bubble.
praying.
His little thought bubble is that picture of the guy fucking the horse.
I know.
Oh,
This
no.
is-
What would
Is
it have
this a
meant if it
sheep
was a
man over
rainy
here?
day? Like, would it be evil thoughts? Or this is
It would.
happy thoughts?
It would.